everybody, it's Kyle. Welcome to a new episode of the Dad Snark Podcast. I guess I would start off by saying it's been a hell of a 2 weeks, man. Had a lot of things going on. Had a big birthday in there. It was Labor Day weekend happen. There's lots of activities happening. And then this past weekend was really a great time as well. Kind of fell in love with vinyl, as you all know. Just all kinds of things going on in my life. But it's been a real good run. I've really had a great time and spending time with the family, all that stuff. It's just really been fun. So I am not complaining about anything. But here we are. I'm going to start off by saying to Beard Esquire III that you have, in fact, sir, won the ABox USB-C hub. So congratulations, Beard Esquire III. Pretty sure I know who you are, sir, and I have something else I want to send you. So I will get a hold of you, get your address, get that shipped out to you. But other than that, congratulations, sir. First ever giveaway on the Dad Snark Podcast, and you won it. All right, so moving on to what's bugging me. Well, this is kind of a subject that I've discussed before. I've talked before about, kind of how everybody is these days. Everybody's so damn mad, everybody's mad at someone else and they don't like you if you're not part of their political party and all this bullshit, and it's crazy because I remember, I'm not going to go too much into politics, but I remember going to college with a buddy of mine. It was an election year and we did not see eye to eye politically. And we argued back and forth, just kind of joking around or whatever. And it was fine. It was no big deal. The candidate I wanted did not get the election. The candidate he wanted did. And okay, oh well, right? I mean, I don't know, guys. People got to get over this type of stuff. But that's not really what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is whatever happened to etiquette? You know what I'm talking about? Remember etiquette? These days, everywhere you go, it doesn't matter if you're going to the store or you're driving or it really makes no difference at all. You'll see people standing right in the middle of an aisle in the store, taking up the whole fucking aisle, man. And it is so annoying. It just, And the same thing with driving and parking. And people are inconsiderate shitbags, they really are. And I don't get why it is. The other thing I see a lot of is, and I love t-shirts. I've got a ton of different t-shirts with different sayings and stuff on it. But, I would never wear a t-shirt out that says fuck you or fuck or shit or bitch or cunt or any of those things. But I see people wearing these things out in public. And I am no prude, man, at all. But, oh my God, have a little bit of couth. There's something to be said for etiquette. It doesn't mean you're a prim and proper shitbag. It just means that you, once again, like I was talking about earlier, you care about what you treat other people how you would want to be treated in that situation. This is the basic. That's the long and the short of it, right? That's the rule I was taught as a kid. Treat others how you would like to be treated, right? So even if you're not sympathetic because you haven't been in the same situation as the other person, you can be empathetic, meaning you can imagine what it's like and express your gratitude for them having gone through this and your sorrow in that they had to go through this, right? That's gone, man. It's really gone. And I don't get it. The other thing, people just dropping F-bombs and stuff like that out loud in public. I think we were at the grocery store. No, where was I? Oh, I know. I was looking at some records. Imagine that. I was looking at some records yesterday, and I was at Vintage Stock here in Lee Summit, and I was kind of just digging through the records, and I heard this guy behind me with his friend. He's like, "Yeah, man, I told that motherfucker, blah blah blah." And I look around. There's kids and stuff in this store. It's just, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm old-fashioned or some shit like that. I have no idea. But I just think that there's a way to behave and a way not to behave. And that's not the way to behave. I can tell you right now, we as a family have been out. And I remember when the Royals were going to the World Series. And I think it was the first time around. It might have been the second time around. It was the first time. And we went to Buffalo Wild Wings over here in Lee Summit, and we were going to go watch the game. The kids like going there; it's nice and loud, and they're okay with burgers and stuff there and chicken strips. But anyway, so we're sitting there, and this dude behind is like, "Yeah, fucking shit, man, fuck." And I turned around, I'm like, "Dude, I'm here with my kids, man," and he. It's always weird doing something like that. I don't know if you've ever done that, but it's always weird. You're like, yeah, I might be getting my ass fucking kicked here in a few minutes, but it's still the right thing to do. So he actually was totally cool, and he apologized. He apologized to the kids. He bought me a beer. He bought April a drink, and made sure the kids got a dessert. I mean, he was so cool because he told me, thank you. He said, man, I know better than that. And I got carried away, and it's ridiculous. But I appreciate the fact that you said something to me about it, because I didn't even realize it. And I said, well, this is the bar area, theoretically, but it's so swamped in here. We had nowhere else to sit. And he's like, no, dude, don't even apologize. He was the nicest guy. We ended up hanging out with them, his table, and watching the rest of the game, and it was great, man. So I just think that we've just gotten so far from etiquette and proper social behavior that something's wrong. I mean, the question that I was going to ask here is that, are we just too stupid as a people nowadays to behave? It almost seems like that. I listen to another podcast, Dumb People Town, and they always ask the question, or they bring up the point at the beginning of the podcast that, people are getting dumber every day. And I guess that's true, man. I mean, I know there's a lot of things, you don't have to write cursive to be smart or some bullshit like that, but it does seem like people are getting more ignorant. Nobody wants to read, nobody wants to think. They just want everything handed to them on a silver platter. You don't even wait for a whole series to come out anymore. We binge it. We watch all the episodes in 2 days or 1 day, depending on what it is. And I don't know. It's just a weird world. And so it's a little alarming to me that people don't have etiquette anymore. So do the Dad Snark podcast a solid. And when you are out and about today, after you listen to this, show some etiquette. Show some concern for your fellow man, and be a real citizen, a real person who really cares about other people, because you're going to be one of the few, man. And the more you do it, the more you'll notice. The more you'll notice assholes riding around in motorized carts at the store that are not handicapped, while little old ladies wait up front and there's no motorized carts. You'll see shit like that, and you'll notice it, and you'll realize that, man, something's got to change. And you can start teaching your kids to be that way, or your nephews and nieces, or just your friends' kids, or whatever. It doesn't matter, but we got to get back to at least caring about each other and just being real and treating each other how we want to be treated. That is what's bugging me. All right, well, we're going to go real quick to the ad. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it to Kyle. Kyle? All right, and we're back. Okay, now we can talk about the fun part of the podcast, which is what I'm into. As you all know, after listening to the previous episode, not the specials, you know that I've kind of gotten back into vinyl. And it's gotten pretty wacky, man. I will spend hours and hours looking through stacks of albums at thrift stores or wherever they have them. And it's pretty fun. I really dig looking at the old album art and all that stuff. But so I did get a couple finds this week. I will tell you, it cost me a grand total of $3.50 for these 3 albums. Which is good because one of them is totally scratched up and fucked up. So, oh well. The first one I got is Jackie Gleason's Silk and Brass, right? Kind of a play on the word silken brass. A lot of people don't know this about Jackie Gleason. First of all, probably a lot of people listening to this are like, who the hell is Jackie Gleason? Well, Jackie Gleason was a popular entertainer all the way back, probably from the 30s up through the late 70s, early 80s. And he is something else, man. I love Jackie Gleason. I always have. One of my very favorite movies in the world is Smokey and the Bandit. And he is Smokey in that. He is a cop, a racist Southern cop that's just kind of clueless on behaving. But he makes that movie, man. He is so good as that character. It's amazing to watch. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. Before that, he did so many things, but he also did the TV show called The Honeymooners that was filmed in front of a live audience every week. And it's pretty amazing, too, if you haven't seen it. It has a lot of catchphrases, but he played a guy called Ralph Cramden on there. And there's still occasionally jokes made about The Honeymooners. I think they remade it. Cedric the Entertainer tried to remake it as an all-African-American film, maybe a decade ago or so. I don't think it did very well, but, I get it. I get trying to remake that show because it was such a classic show. But another thing about Jackie Gleason that a lot of people don't know. Oh, and he was also in The Hustler, about playing pool, by the way. A very, very famous movie that he was in. What people don't know about Jackie Gleason is he was also a band leader. He was really into swing music and jazz music and stuff back in the day, and he always had his own big brass bands. And very, very talented guy. Well, I did know this about him, and so when I came across this album, I was pretty excited, and I'll tell you, it delivers. I've listened to it, and of course, there's the standbys on there, Girl from Ipanema. Everybody knows that one, right? So it's great, man. I highly recommend listening to some of that, even on Spotify or whatever. I'll put a link in the notes if there is such a thing. Another thing I picked out was a K-Tel record. I don't know if you guys, how much you know about records and stuff, but there used to be a record producer, K-Tel. And I'm trying to pull the album out here real quick. They made a lot of different, like, kind of, like a greatest hits types albums, those things. So this one is called Original Stars, Original something, I don't know. 20 Out of Sight. Original Stars, and I think it's 20 original tracks out of sight. Elton John is on here. Kiki D Band. Let's see, Kool and the Gang's on here. Carl Douglas has Kung Fu Fighter on here. Kung Fu Fighting. I don't know if you know that one. There's Discotheques and the Sexalettes. Oh, boy. Never heard of them in my life. Hughes Corporation, I've heard that for sure. Steelers Wheel is on here. Gotta love them. If you've never heard them before, there's something else. Anyway, the bummer about this album is the fact that it is scratched to hell. So won't really get a chance to listen to that one. It's kind of a bummer. The third album I picked out, and I looked at that one too. I looked pretty hard at it, but it was way worse than I thought. So, lesson learned. It was 49 cents for that one. Let's see. The band Chicago. I'm not sure how familiar you are with them, but most of us who grew up in the 80s know them from the Peter Cetera ballad types of songs that they had going for a long time. But they are a kind of new jazz band, too. Definitely pretty corny, but kind of fun. So the ultimate find this week definitely is that Jackie Gleason album. But the others are good as well. What I'm finding is I'm buying things that I've never really listened to. And it's kind of opening my eyes. I mean, that Loretta Lynn album that I bought is amazing. And the Don Ho album is great. I mean, so I think what I'm looking forward to with this is discovering other music that I hadn't really listened to before now. So it's pretty cool. All right. What else is going on? Well, I had a huge shoot today at work. It was a pretty big one. Even though I always seem to do fine on these shoots and setting them up and getting things organized and then shooting footage and stuff, I am always a wreck leading up to it. And not a wreck, but I'm definitely nervous. There's a lot of nervous energy around it. I think anytime I put myself in a spot where I can't control things, it definitely makes me nervous. So it's really one of those things that has to do with anxiety, I think. But Anyway, just like every other time that I've done this, it went off without a hitch and everything's great, but definitely was nerve-wracking leading up to it. But again, it turned out great, and I'm sure everything's going to be awesome with it. So, the studio at work is almost finished. I'll actually be moving into that a week from today. So, not this next Monday, I guess. I think that's what is today? The 9th. So that'll be the 16th. Yeah. Be moving in there on the 16th so I can start putting everything up, putting everything together, getting everything ready to go. And then we'll be ready to shoot in there real soon. So that's exciting. Also, the home studio is still going on, still working on things here. As you can hear, audio recording is great in it. As long as the dog's not outside barking and the AC's not on and the washer and dryer's not going, everything sounds awesome. I really got to control everything. Like my wife took the kids to their scout meetings tonight, and then she stayed at my daughter's scout meeting because she wants to become a merit badge counselor. So I'm here alone, and really that's about the only way for me to record this. So that'll change in the future, but for right now, that's kind of how it is. I still got to shore up this green screen. I'm still working on this green screen. I got to get it shored up. I bought some really heavy-duty Velcro, so I want to put that on the inside of the green screen and then put the tabs that it connects to elsewhere out on the walls and stuff, so I can kind of pull it taut when I go to shoot, because it's got to be taut, baby. The lights, I got the lights in. I bought some tube LED lights. They're very similar to fluorescent lights, those tubes like that, but these ones actually have plugs on either end, and you can actually daisy chain them. They're each 4 foot long. I got 6 of them, I think, for like $48. But they're each 4 feet long, so I definitely have 2 up top, and then at least 1 or 2 on each side, and I think 1, maybe 2. I don't know. We'll have to see how it works. Maybe directly behind the desk facing the green screen. We'll see. I'll have to see how that works out. Soundproofing is another thing I will add in here. I was originally talking about getting some moving blankets and using those, just kind of stapling them up, nailing them up. Stuff like that. I know we got some of those blackout curtains that I'm going to put up around the back here, but I may just go with soundproofing foam, because I think it's like, I want to say it's like 24 panels of that stuff for, maybe $2 a panel. So I think I might go with that instead, and that way I've still got enough oxygen down here to breathe, because it gets warm quick, especially when I have to turn off the air. But it's coming together, guys. I'm working on it, and we're getting stuff cleaned out, and it's going to be awesome when it's done. So I do want to give a quick shout out. I know you guys have heard both PP and Mikey on this podcast before, and those guys are my homeboys. There's no two ways about it, and got plenty of other friends too that are great, but those two, we three together are pure trouble. So my wife kind of pulled a fast one on me this weekend, and we went out. She wanted to go yesterday, so that's Sunday. She wanted to go. She got a sitter to come over, and I'm like, wow, okay. She wanted to go out and just grab a quick bite, maybe play some darts, have a couple drinks, and I'm like, yeah, sure. So we went, and I didn't really understand where we were going. So she just started driving. I'm like, I have no idea where you're going. And she finally pulled into this parking lot of this place, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty neat, and we were in there and, just having some drinks and playing darts and stuff. And here comes Mikey and his wife, and here comes PP and his wife. So my wife kind of pulled a fast one on me and had kind of a little impromptu surprise birthday get-together a week later, and it was really fun. But these guys, they really did something really cool, something that is pretty amazing. I have talked on here before about my very favorite tequila, I believe. I think it's called Grand Bayan Ultra. And it's the one we've had down at the ranch before, and our buddy down there has served it to us, and we really love it. It's very smooth. Anyway, it's high-dollar stuff. They got me a bottle of it. It is the most gorgeous hand-painted bottle of the most delicious, amazing tequila that I've had. And I really am floored that they did that. Of course, I had to open it up, and we had to have a couple of shots, and we did. And we ate a lot of wings, and we drank a lot of beer. And I was really kind of hurting this morning, but I think that was more from the food, man. I ate so many wings. I woke up a couple times in the night because my stomach was just unsettled. And I would normally just attribute that to drinking, but honestly, I don't think that's what it was. I think I just got a little crazy on the on the wings and on the food, the fried food there. So, but really good stuff just the same. And the tequila, man, again, PP, Mikey, thank you guys so much. That's so awesome. I wouldn't share it with anybody else but you guys for sure, because you're my homeboys, man, for life. So thank you very much. All right, everybody. I mean, that's going to wrap it up pretty much. Hopefully I'll have some new additions or some new things to add next week. It might be a little different. I'm trying to get people to come on, maybe do some Skype conversations, stuff like that. It's hard, man. People's calendars and stuff, they get so full, it's kind of hard. But we'll see. I'm sure I can get someone on here or someone in here. Maybe Bearded Esquire III would grace us with his presence and come on live sometime. I won't even make you tell a shit story, buddy, if you come on, unless you want to. And then you're more than welcome to. We'll see. But that's all I got this week, guys. I really appreciate you listening. Keep reviewing. Hey, let's get somebody to use the feature where you can leave a message on the Anchor site. I'm getting a lot of listens, and I appreciate it. I have added also, I just want to let you guys know, I think I originally had something like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 platforms that this was available on. I want to let you know this podcast is now available on 7 platforms. So, of course, Anchor, we got Apple Podcasts, we've got Spotify we're on, CastBox, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Stitcher. We are on all of those. So go subscribe, go review, use the links that are going to be in the notes here, and go to the site, leave a message, it would be great. I would really appreciate that. Well, that's all I got for now, guys. I really appreciate you listening again. Keep it up. I'm going to keep it up. But until next time, if you would do me a real huge favor, get off my lawn.